Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Let's Talk About It, Jen. I have the beautiful and absolutely wonderful Miss Annette Gaston here with me. She's going to introduce herself, her business, her services, and just let us know what it is that she does on a daily basis and how she can help you as the viewer. So, Miss Gaston, hello. How are you, darling? And welcome to the show. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and what services.
I am wonderful, and thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. So my name is Annette. I am located in Phoenix, Arizona, and I am the owner of Fit to You Live. And Fit to You Live is really a way for my clients, my students, and even others that are looking for introduction to yoga or even just general health and wellness. And one of the things that I've really enjoyed through this process of starting this business and really getting to share what I love is the opportunity to introduce people to yoga, but also in a way that works for them and in a way that they can incorporate some of these daily practices into their own habits and adopt what works for them. And that's really the beauty of yoga. You take what you need and you leave what you don't at the end of the day, you know, and it's different on every day. So really it's an opportunity for me to share my passion with others and introduce them to this. And the way that we do that is in a couple ways. So we offer live classes, which has been a lot of fun. I will say that if you are shy and you're not quite ready to do a live class, don't worry, because a lot of the students don't always turn on their cameras, which is fine. And so it was actually kind of fun because one of the students actually a while back turned on their camera for the first time, and they were like, this is like the biggest step. But I was like, I understand, you know. But then we also have some pre-recorded classes on our website, and you know, and then also on Facebook. So always just trying to offer people a way to connect and whatever works for them at the end of the day.
Sweet. I love it. I love the fact that you can do the yoga on like the virtual thing. You know, you have your Zoom and you have everybody there, but if you don't want to be seen, you can cut your camera.
Right. And it's one of those things too. Yeah. Like when I first started, I wasn't always so comfortable going to a studio because they would start, you know, telling me all the poses. I'm like, I don't even know. I look over, I'm facing left, everyone's right. And I'm just like, okay, you know, and so to be able to do it in the comfort of your home and at your own pace is really nice. And I think that's really what has been important to a lot of people, especially with, you know, our drastic schedule changes all of a sudden. And, you know, we have kids at home where we normally don't have kids at home, or our day starts earlier or later. And, you know, so to give people the opportunity to do what works for them, I think is most important. And it's been great.
That is awesome. Okay. So how did you come up with the name of your business?
Oh, that's such a good question. So Fit to You Live came about when I was sitting down with my mom, and I was, you know, talking to her about the process and what I was doing and how I was looking to expand, because I had already started doing this just on a smaller scale. And so, you know, I was like, I want to find a way to come up with a name that really describes what it is. And she was like, well, you know, we tossed around a few ideas. I'm like, what about bringing Fit to You? So bringing it directly to the student in their own home. And so, you know, Fit to You Live, you know, we offer a ton of live classes, but also the pre-recorded. So it just kind of came about, you know, from that, and as we were throwing ideas around.
That's awesome. I love it. It fits it.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Right.
It does. I'm telling you. So from what you've experienced, what would you say is the main reason that people come to you for yoga and health and wellness?
Ooh, the main reason, I think what I've noticed the most is that a lot of people are starting to realize the importance and value of having inner health as well. And, you know, true health honestly starts from the inside out. And when we nourish our body, we nourish our mind from the inside out. Everything else that follows really is a byproduct of that. And so I think more people are looking to more natural measures to be able to really as a form of healing, because
Right.
yoga is a form of healing in so many different aspects. And so that's really what I've been seeing, is that people are wanting to find a way to heal from the inside out and nourish their body and mind and really have, that optimal feeling overall.
Yes. Okay, that's cool. So what would be the number one reason why people don't live healthy lifestyles? What would you
I
say?
think people sometimes think that it might be a little bit harder to incorporate like very healthy habits into their daily lifestyle, because we think of it from such a macro perspective when we're thinking about, okay, my nutrition, okay, did I get a workout in? All right, did I nourish my spiritual body? Did I nourish, my mental body also? And there's so many different components, but when you look at it, and it's just those small daily practices that really add up. Because even myself, it's not that I live this incredibly healthy lifestyle on a daily basis. It's just those small daily habits that have become a consistent practice in my life. So just taking something small, even like one of my girlfriends I talked to the other day, she's starting to incorporate affirmations. So I told her, come up with just 3 affirmations that work for you and that you can incorporate. So already that's just a daily habit that she started incorporating with her coffee. And it didn't require a huge change, but she thought, while I'm sitting there having my coffee, instead of being on social media, I'm going to take some time and just, say my affirmations out loud and just take that time in the morning. So it's just those little daily habits that really build up to something much bigger than we have, on a daily basis.
Yeah, and I think some people look at living a healthy lifestyle as like taking on a second job. Like you have to make sure that this is done and that is done. You have to count this calorie and count that calorie and, meal prepping. I mean, it's just, I think a lot of us think that it's overwhelming to have to do that. Like it takes time. But if you think about it, everything that we do takes time. So, why not make that part of your healthy living, your lifestyle?
That is
So,
such a great point. And you're
yeah.
right, because it does. It takes that time. And sometimes you think about it and you're like, it's just so much easier and quicker to do it this way. But once you start, you're like, honestly, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
do this. I can start with just one thing. So just starting with that one small thing, and then you continue to build. But when you start with a lot of things, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming for me.
Yes, it is very much so. I'm speaking from experience. It is definitely a lifestyle change because I love sweets and I like bread and carbs and all that bad stuff. But hey, we're not talking about me. So, do you provide
Jen, I
any?
think I lost you or we froze. Oh, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay, so do you have any health and wellness products that you provide for your students or for the people that come to you for yoga?
Ooh, not at this time as far as health and wellness products. It is something that I would like to develop in the future,
Okay.
just because, I have a really good understanding of the body and a way to nourish the internal body, but not at this time. But hopefully in the future, that might be something else, and I get to come back and talk to you about that.
Yes, that would be an absolute awesome addition to the next interview that we do. So yes, you have to make sure that you get something, okay?
Oh, I will, right? And you're going to be the first person I'm like, girl, remember when we were talking about this? Absolutely.
All right, darling. So with everything that has been going on, I think COVID-19 has kind of made its presence. Has it really affected you in a positive way or in a negative way?
Ooh, that is such a good question. On the business side or the personal side? No, I'm
On the
just kidding.
business, on the business side.
No, in all honesty, it has actually been a positive. And I think part of the reason is because a lot of people, when this happened, it was a lot for all of us. It was a tremendous shift from what we're used to and what we've been used to for so long to a completely new way of doing things, a completely new day on a whole on how we go about things. So it really has been a positive because as I've started to teach more yoga and really put more out there as far as, that inner well-being and just inner health, people are really realizing that when you nourish your body from the inside out, it boosts your immune system. You know, there's no better way, especially right now, than to boost your immune system than by doing those healthy habits, whether it's, you know, working out or, you know, nourishing your body with foods that are really good and provide optimal nutrients, you know, to continue to build those antioxidants. So, you know, I think with everything going on, it's been a positive. Not to say that there haven't been any challenges, because, you know, of course there are. But overall, when I really look at the big picture, it has been such a positive.
Good. That's good. That's good to hear. Because some people, you know, they've kind of had negative as far as the financial side, and you know, not having very many customers. But that's good to hear that it has been a positive thing. I love to hear the fact that COVID has been a positive effect, or had a positive effect on a lot of these businesses. That, I mean, it does something to me. I'm very thankful for that, because it could have been worse. You know, it could have went a way worse than what it did. So
you know what it is.
yeah.
And you know, one of those things too, that's such a good point. And I absolutely love that you said that, because I think one of the things sometimes, you know, in what I'm learning, at least from, you know, like starting my own business and building and expanding, one of the things I'm really starting to notice is that, you know, when these things happen, because it was a complete different shift from kind of what I was used to as well. But as a business, you know, minded person, it puts you in a place to have to be flexible, to have to grow and really change the way that you do things. So it's a really interesting to kind of go through that, and have to be flexible about the means of getting, you know, to your goals. So that has definitely been a little interesting, but it's helped me grow in a different way. You know, it helped me take on skills that I necessarily wouldn't have, and help me grow those skills that I never would have thought I needed, which has been a lot of fun too. So, you know, there's good and bad, but overall, definitely, you know, it's been good. And like you said, it's so good when people are just doing well through this overall. It just, you know, it warms my heart. I'm like, man, yes, like I want to share that energy with someone else too. I'm going to pay it forward any way I can. I love that.
That is absolutely right. I mean, I love it. I love to see the smaller businesses thriving from this, because, you know, the bigger businesses, of course, yeah, they're going to make their money, but to see the smaller businesses come up, I love it. I absolutely love it. That's all I see on my timeline. Yes. I love it. I'm all for it. I swear I am.
I feel it. I feel that energy, and I love that energy from you about it, because my feelings are the same. And I'm like, you know what? I'm more conscious about, you know, supporting small businesses and supporting businesses that I'm like, you know what? I really love their mission. Mm-hmm. And I love what they're doing. And then you find out, oh, it's a small business. I'm like, yes, you know, even more reason.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what are some of the challenges that you faced when you started your business that you've overcome?
Oh, okay. Those are, man, you know, there have been quite a few. And honestly, like, I would say some of the hardest things for me were learning some of the technical aspects of the business, as far as interface of systems and integration between systems, more that technical aspect. But additionally, you know, reaching your audience and finding kind of that right, you know, marketing reach, I think was really one of those challenges, because yoga is very encompassing, you know, but finding that yoga for wellness and yoga for healing, you know, more on a niche basis, really was probably one of the hardest challenges, you know. And I continue to go through these challenges, but honestly, I feel like it's been such an opportunity to learn and grow myself in these skills that I'm like, wow, I didn't even know I had those skills, you know? And then there are times where I'm like, man, if I could just make it through this day, it would be great, you know? And I'm like, oh, but you know, they've been presented in many different ways. But overall, I would say that technical aspect and that audience reach were really two of the biggest challenges. And then just doing research about how to overcome those. What is the right approach, I think has been very helpful in overcoming those.
Sure, absolutely. And I'm sure the research was kind of overwhelming at first, because it's like, oh my gosh, you know, you have the website, I mean, you have the World Wide Web, and you have all this information that you have to kind of sift through that fits your particular business. I'm sure that had to be insane to go through the research part of that.
Oh gosh, yeah. I remember one day, like you know how it is when you're going through and you're starting a business and you're doing research and you're looking at all of these things. One of the hardest things is being able to like learn, apply. Okay, did I get it right? Retain. How does this influence this? Like it's a lot just on a mental capacity. I mean, at the end of the day, one day I rolled my yoga mat out. I had such good intentions, right? I was like, I need this today. I took a little nap down there.
Oh my
I was just so done. And I thought, you know what? I think this is just what I needed at the end. It was just that complete silence and just pause. And afterwards, I thought, you know what? This is just what I needed, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Your body was like, nope, we're just gonna stop right here.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
there was no other option. It's like, no, we ain't going anywhere. Like nothing. Maybe for some food, and that was it. And that was if I was lucky. I was like, I don't think I'll make it that far.
That is awesome. Okay, so last question before we go. What nuggets or, you know, what advice, piece of advice would you give to someone that is wanting to start a yoga class, or, you know, do something that's similar to what you're doing? You know, what type of advice would you give to them that you would wish you could have gotten from somebody else?
Ooh, especially when just starting out, like
Yeah.
with yoga or just something new in general.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, you know, one of the things some of the advice that I wish I would have gotten, and I feel like, you know, I have to remind myself of this, is when you're starting something new, just start. That is the hardest hurdle to overcome sometimes, is to just take that first step forward. And that can be, you know, in the sense of a yoga class, you know, it may be out of a lot of people's comfort zone, but if you just take maybe a pre-recorded chair yoga class is a starting point to see and gauge, you know, okay, I really enjoyed that. I'm going to try another one, and just maybe setting a goal to do one a week.
Mm-hmm.
But the best piece of advice, and the advice that I still give myself today, is to just start. And that's with anything. That was with this business. That is with, you know, a list of stuff that I have to do, or just, you know, anything is just to start. And the other thing that I would also say is to trust the process. I think that I try to keep in the back of my mind is to trust the process, and know that you are right where you need to be. And I often have to remind myself of that because I forget it often. I get very, very critical that, you know, I'm not where I should have been, or why am I not flexible? Why can't I do that? But I'm right where I need to be, and that's just as important.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's one of the things that we as entrepreneurs, we need to get into our minds, that, you know, you're not going to be like everybody else. You're not going to do it how they do it. You're going to do it the way that you do it, because that's how you're supposed to do it. That's what sets you apart from everybody else. So I absolutely love it. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see your business grow. And I know it is going to, especially with everything that's going on, despite what's going on right now. I absolutely am excited. I'm amazed. I need to get into some yoga, but I'll be the one that's in your class with the camera off.
You already put it out there. You're like, listen, I'm gonna join, but I'm be camera off. Oh, just so you know.
Because if I bust my face, listen, I don't want nobody to see me do that.
You know what? When I join other live classes, you know, because I love to go and practice with other teachers and stuff. One day I was just like, I showed up, my hair wasn't combed, but I was like, you know what? I made it. I felt like I was breathing heavy. I was like, okay, camera off, mute on. And that was the whole class. And I was like, I'm okay with that. So don't worry.
Yes, that would totally be me. You'd be like, hey, Jen. I'll just be waving and y'all can't even see me.
Yep.
I'm here.
I'll know you're waving. I'll be like, yep, she waving back.
Oh, goodness. But yes, I'm so thankful that we set aside some time to do this. I am prayer for that your business will, I mean, it's going to thrive. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And people are going to come running to you and saying, hey, can you help me? I want to do yoga. Can you help me? So yes, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. And I'm
Thank
so
you
excited.
for that.
Thank
and I
you.
just want to say thank you to you. I am just so humbled to have had this time with you and just to have the opportunity to connect. I genuinely feel like I met a new friend, and I appreciate you. So thank you so much for this, truly. Yeah, girl.
Listen,
That's very genuine from my heart. I very much appreciate you.
Listen, you definitely have a friend in me and whatever you need, I'm here. I got you.
Oh, likewise,
Yes.
anytime.
So let our viewers know how to get in touch with you, your website, your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you have. Let them know how to get in touch with you.
Absolutely. So a couple different ways. We are very active on Facebook. So Fit to You Live is our Facebook page. And then also our website is fit2u.live, and it's FIT2YOU.live. And that really is, both of those are great resources. On the website, we have our pre-recorded classes. So some gentle chair yoga sessions. We continue to add to those, and also our email list. So about last week, we sent out 5 yoga postures for better sleep, plus some healthy meal ideas. So I would say those 3 ways are probably the best ways. And then of course through email, and it's Annette@fit2u.live. And I'm always open to email, and I welcome all of them.
Nice. Okay, guys. Well, yes, I will have all of that information right above the video. So make sure that you guys click, make sure you like, make sure you share, and show some love to this beautiful soul here, because hey, listen, it's all about helping each other, especially in this time that we're in right now. So Miss Annette, do you have anything else that you want to share with us before we go?
Nope, just namaste.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and this is the end of the episode, and guess what? We just talked about it. Thank you so much, Miss Annette. You have a great evening. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.